Hey y'all, this is Kim with Kreative Escapades. If this is your first time here, welcome to my channel. If you've been here before, welcome back. I'm so excited that you joined me today, and I'm excited to show you what I'm going to be making. So sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoy the video. So today's project, I'm working on this 30-ounce Storyboard tumbler. And this is the tumbler that comes apart, has the stainless steel core, and then has the clear plastic on the outside. So I'm just going to put the plastic part away for now. I'm going to work on it later, but I want to prep this and get it spray painted green. So I sanded it, taped off the top, and now I am going to use this blue glow-in-the-dark mica powder in with my resin, which I have about 10 milliliters of Faux Rizzle mixed up. That is a 1-to-1 ratio. Then I added my blue mica powder, and I'm just going to spread it across the surface of the tumbler. Make sure I get the bottom because I want to seal off that little piece that's there on the bottom and make sure that my water does not go up underneath that. Then I heated it up so that it would spread a little bit, and this is the way it dried, and I love it because it's got the blue and then the green, and it's going to look really good with what I do to the plastic part of the tumbler. So I have already cut out my decals, and first thing I'm going to put on it, this is a dinosaur, and I'm going to peel the dinosaur off of the backer paper instead of pulling the vinyl from around the dinosaur and then using transfer tape to put it on the cup, because now I have a really cool stencil of a dinosaur that I can use on something else. And this piece right here is not hard to put on, so I'm just going to get it placed where I want it, using the popsicle sticks to hold my cup in place. And I'm just going to get it on there and then rub it down really, really good. Make sure there's no bubbles. And there you go. This is not Barney the dinosaur, but kind of looks like him. That's a throwback, huh? Okay, so now I have the word "roar" cut out in vinyl that I am going to also put onto the plastic part, and it is going to wrap around from the head of the dinosaur and almost meet where the tail of the dinosaur is. So I'm just working on this one a little bit because when I pulled it out, it didn't come out clean. So just cutting away the part that I didn't want and then getting it onto the plastic part of the tumbler. Make sure there's no air bubbles under it and that it's good and flat on the surface. And then we'll continue pulling the letters off of the backer paper and getting them onto the plastic part of the tumbler. And I'm turning them a little bit different directions and just to give it a little bit more character. And it's going to go at an angle. So now it reaches all the way around. And then I used painter's tape on the inside of the top and the bottom. And I'm going to be using the Florescent Orange and Yellow. And then I'm going to do the Powerwash Dawn Dish Soap on here. And just going to put it on right here so you can watch. I'm just going to squirt it in different areas. Then I'm going to take my cup outside and I'm going to use the orange and yellow and spray over the top of the soap and everything. And then it gives it, I washed off the soap, let it dry, and it gives it a splattered look. And I know it's kind of hard to see under this light, but I have the orange and then the yellow is on top of that with a more splattered look. And I want to give you a little hint about the power wash. When you use that, use it further away for a bigger splatter, or if you want it kind of in smaller splatters, then you do it up close. So now I'm going to take off my vinyl so that you'll be able to see the green and blue part of that's on the stainless steel inside. Just like that. I love it. So I'm going to remove the painter's tape now because I'm done with that. And I'm just going to go around and remove all of the letters. And then that's the way it's going to look. I love it. I think it's so cute. So I'm just cleaning up the edges of where the spray paint was kind of ridged around the decals. And now I have mixed up 5 milliliters of Faux Rizzle, and I am filling that lip, or that well of the lip of the cup, with the Faux Rizzle. And then I'm also going to put it around the very top of the cup and then around the side at the very top. I will make sure that there's no place that does not have resin when I let this, or put this down into the lip of that steel part. I'm going to heat it up, make sure that that resin flows all the way around in that lip, and then I'm going to put the plastic part back on, and then to get it into place you have to push down hard on it until you hear it snap back into place. I'm going to clean up the outside, put the bottom back on this, and let it set for 3 days before I do anything else to it. So here it is 72 hours later, and it looks good. So I'm going to take the bottom off, and first thing I'm going to do is mix up my glycerin mixture. I'm using vegetable glycerin that I got from Hobby Lobby, and I'm using bottled water. It's a 50-50 ratio, so I'm going to use this smaller medicine cup and measure out 3 ounces. These cups are 30 mils or an ounce. And so I'm going to put 3 of the water, and then 3 of the glycerin. And when you put that in there, it looks like it is not going to mix well, or it's going to be cloudy. But once you start stirring it, it mixes really well and turns back clear. See? All clear. And then what I'm going to do is pour just a little bit into my cup. You can see there where it's at. And I'm going to check to make sure that I do not have anywhere that it's leaking. And voila, we didn't. So that was good. So next, what I want to do is I'm going to use this, it's called fossil fuel shaped glitter. It's different dinosaur shapes, and it's from Glitter Fetish. And I'm going to just pour some of it down into the sides, in between the steel part and the plastic part. Push it all down in there. And I'm also going to fill up this little hole right here. I did put resin around the edges of it so that my water wouldn't go into that hole. Always seems to, when you turn the cup back upside down, your water disappears. And I know that there's that little hole in the, you can take the bottom part, put it in the freezer, and it will pop out that little black reservoir that's in there. But, and you can use the needle hole to fill it back up. But I tried that on another one and it just didn't work too well for me. So I'm going to leave this one together, and I'm going to fill it up in the bottom after I get this other glitter that I'm going to use. This is a glow-in-the-dark fine glitter, and I'm just going to spoon some in around the edges. I don't want to use a whole lot of this because fine glitter, when you put it into the glycerin mixture, it seems to clump, so I don't want to put much. So I'm just going to put 4 little partial spoonfuls, and so those flecks will glow in the dark after it's been exposed to the light. And then you have the glow in the dark background of the blue resin that I put in there. Gonna finish filling it up with my glycerin and water mixture. I want to clean the edge of my cup because I'm fixing to put some resin around that, and I don't want it to be oily. So you can see the little glitters floating in there. Can't tilt it too much because I'll lose my glycerin water. So now I'm going to mix up my resin, and I'm using Faux Rizzle again, 1:1 ratio, and I'm just going to use 5 milliliters. So I mark off on my cup at the 2.5 mark, and then at the 5 mark. I'm putting my A in first, and the reason why is because it is so thick, and I'm also going to set it in some warm water so that the A will be able to kind of warm up and get thinner so that I can mix it better. And I use this little, it's actually a potpourri warmer, and you can put liquid potpourri in there. And I let it set until it warms up a little bit. And I'm also going to mix just a little bit more of the water and glycerin because I want to pour some more in here. I want it to fill about halfway up from the base of the stainless steel part to the plastic part. Still going to have a little bit of a space once I turn the cup over, but it won't be as much of a space. Just stir this until it gets clear. pour it in. I'm going to stop right there. And my resin is ready now. And I let it set until it was a little bit thicker because I didn't want it running down. I wanted it to stay where I put it. So it is at the end of its working stage, or almost to the end of the working stage. And in the well of the bottom part, I'm filling that up. This is the part that screws around that post that's in the center. And there's also a little lip around the edge where the lip of the plastic part fits, and I want to make sure that that is full so that I don't have any leakage. So I'm going to heat all that up and then kind of roll it around and make sure that there is resin all the way around the edge. And then I'm going to just smear what I put around the side, make sure that it's just flat, add a little bit more glycerin, and then put the bottom on it. And then I'm going to let this set for 3 days, make sure that it is sealed and that resin is cured, and then I'm going to come back and show you the finished product. I will add a resin to the outside. I'll tape off the steel part at the top and the bottom. I will add the resin and then show you that. This is a straw topper that I'm also going to add to this cup. I used the mold, and I used the same little bits of dinosaur glitter in there, and I'm adding the straw holder part of it, and I'm just using my leftover resin, and I'm heating it up a little bit so that it's back to a more liquid stage, and adding it to each side of that straw holder. This will set for 72 hours also, so that it is sure to be cured. And then I'm going to come back and show you how it looks all together. And here we are with it all finished, and it has its layer of resin on there. You can see the little holographic dinosaurs in behind the orange and yellow outside. This is it glow in the dark, and here on my screen it looks white, but in real life it looks greenish. And here's part of the roar. Looks so cute. And then you got the little straw topper that matches it. So I think it turned out adorable. I think a little boy somewhere would love this. So I'm quite happy with it. But I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, please click like and share. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, if you hit the subscribe button now and ring that bell, you'll get notified when I upload future videos. And any comments or questions that you have, you can leave them below in the comment section. I love to hear your feedback and what you think about the project. Everything that I use will also be listed below in the description box, and the links to the different the cups and the glitters and things will be listed in the description box as well. And the links to my Etsy shop and to my social media is on there. You can follow those. And I want to thank you for doing all that, because it does help my channel grow, and I appreciate that very much. I couldn't do it without you, and so I want you to know how much I do appreciate that. So I hope you've enjoyed it, And I hope that you will join me next time in my next creative escapade. Bye bye for now.